Hi, my name is Joanne, and I'm a tutor here at Wyzant. And there was a question, and it said, please graph y is greater than negative 1/2 x minus 4, and find m and b. So going to this problem here, m and b have to do with what's called the slope and the y-intercept. So this equation, the slope-intercept form of an equation is y equals mx plus b. The m stands for slope, and b stands for y-intercept. Now, the equation that we were given has greater than negative 1/2 x minus 4, but the value for slope is still the value that's in front of the x here. The m here is slope. This is the slope here, negative 1/2. So the value for m here is negative 1/2. That's our slope. And from our equation, if you look, we can also see that the y-intercept, which is what b stands for, that's the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the number here. It says plus b here. Well, if we look here, it doesn't say plus a number, it says minus a number. So it means our b, our y-intercept, is actually equal to negative 4. So our slope is negative 1/2, and our y-intercept is negative 4. And we can use that information to plot on our graph this equation, y is greater than negative 1/2 minus 4. How does that help us? Well, b stands for y-intercept. Y-intercept is where our graph is going to cross over, intercept our y-axis here. And this one, in this case, is minus 4. So at this point right here, minus 4, which actually this has the coordinates of 0, comma, minus 4. That is our x or y-intercept. So that's where we're going to plot this point over here. And then it tells us another piece of information. We have our slope here. So our slope is defined as the change in y over the change in x. What that means is when I look at this negative 1/2 here, I'm going to go, in the top, it's negative 1/2. So I'm going to go negative 1 in the y and positive 2 in the x from the y-intercept here. So I would go negative in the y over 2 in the x, and I'm going to plot a point right there. Ooh, not quite right there. So down 1 over 2 means there's a spot right here. Okay, now I can keep doing this. I can go down 1 over 2 and plot another point. Down 1 over 2 and plot a point. And that's how I can use my y-intercept, which is negative 0, negative 4 here, and my slope, and I can plot. Now, the difference with this problem and other problems is it's not an equality problem. It doesn't say y equals negative 1/2 x minus 4. It says y is greater than. So, and it doesn't say greater than or equal, it just says greater than. So that means when I'm going to draw this line, because it says y is greater than, it means y is greater than, but not equal to this value here, negative 1/2 x minus 4. So I'm going to draw this line with dashes, and that indicates that this line is not included in our solution here because it's not less than, or I'm sorry, greater than or equal, it is greater than. Had that been greater than, had it been a symbol like greater than or equal, then I would draw a solid line here to indicate that this boundary line that I'm drawing, that this line was included in our solution to this, but it's not. Now it says that y is greater than negative 1/2 x plus 4 or minus 4. So I have to figure out, because that means all values greater than this. I have to figure out which side of this line, this is a boundary line, which side of this line is the solution to y is greater than negative 1/2 x minus 4. So what I can do is I can take the value of a point on this side and see if it works in this equation. So what I'm going to choose to do here, I think I'm going to choose to use the point 0, 0, just because that's a very convenient point if you ask me. Zeros for x's and y's make things easier. So I'm going to use the point 0, 0 and see if that works. Well, my equation is y equals negative 1/2 times x, which is 0, minus 4. And so instead of y here, I'm going to put a 0. So and I'm checking, is 0 greater than -1/2 times 0 minus 4? Well, I get 0 is greater than -1/2 times 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than -4? Is that true? Yes, that is true. Since that's true, that means the solution to y is greater than -1/2 x minus 4 is everything here, this whole part of the graph. All of this would be covered in. All of this is y is greater than -1/2 x minus 4. So if you were asked to graph this, you're graphing it. The boundary line is dotted because it's greater than, not equal to, and then you would shade in, which I'm doing the best I can with this tool here, you would shade in this area, and that would be the solution to your problem.